by Tony Robbins. Oh. Where focus goes, energy flows. And this has famously been said by Tony Robbins, and it is so, so true. But what does it actually mean? What it means is wherever you are focusing on, that is what you're getting more. That is what you're bringing more into your life. So if you're going through something difficult or you've got a problem and you are solely focusing on that thing, then you're never going to get to where you want to be, right? Because you're just bringing in more of that. That's where your attention is going. Now, it is said that we have between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts a day. Negative thinking is never going to get you a positive result. And from those 12,000 to 60,000, 80% of those are negative. And they are actually reoccurring thoughts. So it's really about the story that we tell ourselves. So today I'm going to show you my top 5 tips on how to break that cycle and create a life that you adore. If you're new to my channel, then hello and welcome. My name is Natalie Reeder and I am your expert on all things mindset, mindfulness and manifestation. Here on my channel, there will be a new video every week on a Wednesday, and I'm going behind the scenes in my life and showing you all the things that have worked for me and giving you the practical tools and resources and strategies so that you can co-create a life that you adore with the universe by tapping into and harnessing the power of your subconscious mind and the infinite abundance of the universe. And my biggest thing is making sure that it's practical. It's my no fluff approach to the law of attraction. Now, I am a stage 4 cancer survivor and mum of 2, living my best life in the sunny southwest wine region in Germany. And if I can survive and thrive and have everything I've truly desired, then you can too. And I'm here to take you step by step and showing you how to do that. So let's dive in. So our mindset is key. What we're thinking about, the story that we're telling ourselves, this is so incredibly important because that's what we're perpetuating in our lives, right? So what we want to do is be very mindful of the words that we're using. So if we think about time, okay, so we've got the past, we've got our present, and we have got the future. Now, right now it is March 2024. Some of you might be thinking, okay, I don't know where the first quarter has disappeared to. That's because you've been in the trenches. You've been just going through your daily life, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's the middle of March already. So what we want to do is we actually want to have a goal. We want to have a vision for the future. And it's really important to get clear on what it is that you want to have. Why do you want to have it? What's it going to give you? How will you feel once you have attained that goal? Now that's important to know because that's actually going to generate momentum towards that goal. It's going to motivate you towards that vision because it's something that you want to have. Now, we're going to dive into goal manifesting and vision setting in another video because that's a whole nother subject. But it is important to understand that vision. And we want to have that vision, yes, but we don't want to stop ourselves enjoying the moment and be putting off being happy until we've achieved our goal. So the present moment is key to happiness. Now, another thing we can be doing is be stressing about the past, things that have already happened. Now, it is important to think about the past, but only if we're doing it in a mindful way where we are reflecting on things that have happened, perhaps our limiting beliefs or our negative self-talk and these negative patterns. It's a good thing to reflect so that we can move forward and learn from them. Unfortunately, most people sit in the past and then beat themselves up about stuff that's already happened. Well, the truth is it's already in the past. There's nothing that you can do to fix it, right? You can only move forward. So we don't want to be sitting in the past and we don't want to be stressing about the future. We want to have a vision. Our power sits right now in the present moment because that's all we have, the here and now. And this is where the work comes in. This is where we need to be taking inspired, aligned action towards that vision that we have. And that means having goals that we can break down, that we can have as bite-sized chunks, things that we can do to move forward. You don't have to move that that needle very, very far, but we just want it moving a little bit every single day, because some days you'll have more energy and be able to move much further and do more things, bigger goals that have been achieved. But small steps towards your goal are what's really important, because life is like a roller coaster, okay? And it's never going to always be up, up, up. Sometimes it's going to be down, and that is okay. I will be doing a separate video about how to maintain your happiness and raise your vibe and still manifest even when you are going through something difficult. I personally have gone through depression, through my own battle of cancer. So trust me when I know what I'm talking about, and I will give you so many tips to be able to raise your vibe, even when you go through something difficult. But that's a video for another day. So what we want to do is we want to think about how we can be mindful. So here are my 5 tips so that we can stay in that present moment and start taking aligned action towards our goals. And then that way you won't notice the passage of time going and be like, oh shit, like have I done what I wanted to do? Where has the time gone? You are actually being more mindful about taking action and steps towards your goals. So number 1 is catching yourself in that negative self-talk. Now, this is a learned behavior that you have picked up over years and years and years. So what I want you to just do is anytime you catch yourself complaining or talking about yourself in a not very nice way, is I want you to just catch yourself and ask yourself if that thing is actually true. And then I want you to reframe it. So for example, let's say I'm running late. And you know, we've all had those moments where we wake up and we've missed our alarm and we're rushing and we've got this hectic, chaotic energy, and that takes us throughout the rest of the day, and then everything just seems to be going wrong. That's because where our focus goes, our energy goes as well. So like my energy is on how late I am, how stupid I am for being like, I can't believe that I did this. Like this energy that I'm directing towards myself is incredibly negative. And it's just going to actually make sure that I'm more and more forgetful because I'm focusing on being stupid, on being forgetful. What I need to do instead is take a few moments to breathe. Accept that I'm late. It is what it is. Acceptance is so important to these kind of things, especially if there's some kind of issue. Accepting it, recognizing it, and then moving on. So I would reframe that and saying, okay, well, I'm so glad that I remembered now. I'm so glad I'm on my way. Giving myself just a few minutes and giving myself grace and acceptance allows me to feel more mindful. And then I can think, okay, what is it that I still need to do today? Where do I need to be? And I can gather my things. Where if I'm in this hectic, chaotic rush, maybe I'm rushing to get to a meeting, and by the time I get there, I realize, okay, I've forgotten my presentation, or I've forgotten this, and this at home, or I'm rushing and I realize I've got toothpaste stains down my top, for example. We don't want to have that energy. We want to make sure that we are taking our time with something. And actually, it sounds like an oxymoron, but the more time you take with something and for yourself, the more productive you actually are, because you're giving yourself time. So we want to catch ourselves in that negative talk, and we just want to reframe it. There's no need to beat yourself up about it. And it takes time. Like, you have learned this behavior over time and you can unlearn it. Okay, top tip number 2 is daily gratitude. And we're going to elevate that with appreciation. So we can be grateful for all these amazing things, right? Like, I can be grateful for the handbag that I have. I can be grateful for the roof over my head. And I can also be grateful for the small things. I can be grateful for the air in my lungs, for the clothes on my back, for somebody holding the door open for me, for lunch, for all the money in my bank account. It's important to express gratitude because it helps you build emotional resilience and also look for the silver linings. But we can elevate the gratitude by feeling appreciation for it. It changes things ever so slightly, but it's incredibly powerful. If I appreciate something, I am acknowledging and being thankful for it, but I'm also deriving a joy from it that is different. And it just elevates that slightly. So I would love you to practice daily gratitude and see how different your life will be. Okay, top tip number 3 is meditation. I meditate every single day. Now, I am a busy mum of two. I have a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, so I do not have a lot of time. So when I'm saying meditate, I'm not saying being like, sitting in the corner for hours and hours on end. You have to do what fits in with your schedule. So for me, I do mini meditations, and I like to do this. I get into a meditative state by counting backwards from 5 and just breathing slowly, connecting to my breath. And then I want to set my intention for the day. So I do this every morning when I'm getting in the shower. I set my intention for the day. This is what I want my day to look like. This is what I want to have more of. And by doing this, then my brain is going to be like, okay, let me see how I can make this work for you. I'm also sending a very strong signal to the universe. Okay, this is what I want. Bring me more of it. Like if as a kid you ever played that game of yellow car, where you're looking, or yellow mini, for example, where you're like, okay, you're going to say this next time you see one, and you want to collect as many of these as you can see. All of a sudden, you see them everywhere. It's because that's what you're focusing on. Those minis were probably always still driving around your neighborhood, but now you have become aware of them. I noticed it when I was trying to get pregnant. All of a sudden, all I could see everywhere was pregnant women and babies. It was so interesting because those people were probably always there, but suddenly they came into my focus. And this is really important because when you're meditating, you're setting your intention and you are connecting with your inner being, with your intuition, and with the universe. And it's just a moment of mindfulness that allows you to rest, rejuvenate, recharge, and reconnect. And I love walking meditations. Every day that I walk and I drop my son off at daycare, I do a walking meditation. And that is really powerful as well. You can just walk and focus on your steps, on your breath, the feel of the air in your skin. If you wanted to, you could even say your affirmations to yourself or your mantra. You could even embody the person that you would like to become. I will go more in depth about walking meditations in another video, but walking meditations are fantastic. You have got to find what works for you. Like if you've got time in the afternoon to do a guided meditation or something like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then go ahead, do it. But don't beat yourself up trying to find all of this time. If you are busy, you can still manifest. You can still create a life that you adore, even with small amounts of available time. Okay, tip number 4 is journaling. This is an oldie but a goodie. So get a journal. It can just be a notebook or it can be a pad of paper. I love stationery. If you don't like to write, you can always just get a journal app on your phone. Like there are so many free ones out there. Or of course you can just type it up on your laptop. I find handwriting more powerful because I feel like you're being more mindful and more intentional. And journaling allows you to write about your feelings, to write about your goals. So I use this a lot when I was going through cancer, to really explore my feelings when I didn't feel like I had someone to talk to. I use it a lot for manifesting. I use it for scripting, for writing out my ideal goal life and the things that I want to achieve or the life that I want to have. And I use it for reflection. I use journal prompts to really dive into those negative thought patterns that we talked about in step 1. So journaling is absolutely incredible. And the 5th and final tip that I have for you today is fun. It is doing stuff that fills you with joy. Honestly, watching my 3-year-old is just absolutely incredible because he's so driven by enjoyment, and as all toddlers do. And I wonder, like, as an adult, when did we lose that? When did we lose that fun aspect? So you want to do something that is going to raise your vibe, whatever that is. For me, when I take him out to the playground, I'm one of the first people on the swings because I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, okay, he's learning how to swing by watching me, but for me, it takes me back to my childhood. This little moment really fuels me. And you can do things like exercising. Obviously, you've got those endorphins going. Have a little dance party at home. Turn on your favorite tunes and dance around like a lunatic. Whatever it is that you want to do, create these little moments in your day where you have fun. Like even if it's watching like a 20-minute episode of something on TV that is hilarious, or talking to a friend, Whatever it is, do something that is going to fill you with joy. And these are my top things for you to actually get in the present moment and get your focus on where you want it to go. By taking these steps, you're going to actually feel like you're creating more time for yourself because you're being mindful, because you're appreciating and showing gratitude for the things that I have, because that you've got some joy in your life, and then you're using your journaling to reflect and to move forward. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit the bell button to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video, and look out for more videos coming every Wednesday on my channel.